everyone, this is Parita and welcome to today's vlog of us driving from Mumbai to Sula Vineyard in Nashik, which is the wine capital of India. We started our journey from Mumbai and we'll be reaching Nashik in almost 4 hours. That's a long drive. And we are staying at Courtyard Marriott, which is around 12 kilometers or 30 minutes from Sula. We booked our stay on booking.com, and if you book your stay directly on Marriott's website, you can also get enrolled on their points program, which I think would be beneficial. You can check out all the details on booking.com and book yourself a room accordingly. The reception was extremely spacious. They also had a wall dedicated to Ramayana because Nashik has a rich history of Ramayana. It is said that Ram had stayed here in Nashik for Vanvas. This was the second floor where you see this beautiful paintings. It is near spa room where spas and peel-off start from 1500 rupees till 8000 rupees. Moving on to our favorite place, that is breakfast. We had taken a package which had breakfast included, and it is on the ground floor right beside the reception. It is called as House of Gourmet, where you just have to give your room number and start with your buffet experience. I also liked how at the entrance they had given the peak times and the non-busy times of this breakfast place, because we had to wait for 10-15 minutes for getting an empty table. It was also a wedding which was being held at Marriott the day where we were there. So of course that crowd was also there. This fruit Danish was my absolute favorite among the desserts. There was a huge buffet spread for this, and it was absolutely worth it. Everything that you can see here: shira, jalebi fafda, samosas. The previous day we had kachori as an option here. That's the left counter is for fruits and cereals. Here sabudana khichdi, poha, misal, and towards the right live counters. So this is all the fruits, yogurts with seeds and pulses. Cereals ranging from 5 options to a lot of seeds like sunflowers, flax, etc. This day we had misal, pav bhaji, sabudana poha, upma, and this was the live counter where we had paratha, dosa with 10 chutneys minimum. This option was for a Chinese soup. They had meetha and tikha chutney as well. This was medu vada, idli, puri bhaji, and live counter for dosa and paratha. You order any kind of dosa and they were available. They also had an ice cream counter. I've never seen this in a hotel for breakfast. This was eggs and other non-veg options. They had all kinds of breads, jams, butter, all kinds of non-vegetarian options. Since it was occupied, we were seated on the outside area of the breakfast place. I think this is a restaurant by them, and we of course had no complaints at all, because look how beautiful this is, and the food was also finger licking delicious, both the breakfast that we had, and it was just too good. We're showing you our room. This is a spacious bathroom, toilets. There were toiletries also given here. And when you enter, there's a bed with plug points on both the sides. We were on the 7th floor, and there was a work table as well where we squeezed in some time to work. The views were so, but we don't care. This is the 8th floor, the rooftop place where there was a restaurant and swimming pool.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun? Yes, I'll come back to you.
The swimming pool opens at 5 in the evening. I am not sure about the morning timings. And we swam, the water was cold. There was a shower as well, which you had to shower. Obviously, you had to shower and then enter the pool. It was only 4 feet. My legs were obviously touching the pool. So we enjoyed the pool for a few hours, and then we got ready for a date night in the same restaurant for dinner.
Ask, what have we done?
I customized my nachos with vegetables, which was not on the menu. That was gin with pomegranate, and I was really happy to see Bisleri in a reusable bottle of glass and not plastic. The food was delicious, it was really good. I thought the menu options were a little limited, but the food was tasty, not heavy with cheese. And we got ready to leave for Sula. There's public transport, only rickshaws are available if you want to go to Sula. Of course, while going, you will not face any issues, but while returning, there are no rickshaws available outside. So we were lucky that we got our car, and that's why we were traveling from a private vehicle. More or less, you can also make a deal with your rickshaw fellow for him to wait there for 2 hours and take you back to the city. There was free parking available for 4-wheelers and 2-wheelers as well. On weekdays, the charge is 600, and on weekends, the charge is 1000. You can redeem this money from the coupons for either food or alcohol, or alcohol tasting, any tours, or purchasing of any bottles from there. These were beautiful grape vineyards, and they also had amazing photo ops at most of the corners. No reservation was needed for Sula or restaurant, you could just simply walk in. After walking to 1 to 2 minutes, you will reach the tasting room. You do not need a map to this place, but everything is inside the tasting room itself. They have this amazing grape stomping experience also for you to have, and you can purchase the tickets from the gift store. There's this huge barrel kept where you and your loved ones can stomp the grapes for winemaking process. Of course, it will be discarded, but it's just an experience. So this is also a photo op, and you walk towards the entrance. There are these equipments and machineries kept which have been a part of Sula from the year 2020 when it was opened. They are also there listed on IPO. This is the tour and tasting registration counter. So we reached around 1. The next tour was at 1:30. So we had some time to kill. So we entered the two places, the bottle shop, that is where you buy bottles from, and another is the gift shop. So we killed our 20 minutes here with all this amazing t-shirts for only 500 rupees, which wine puns, which were very smart. There were these wine barrels and tiny equipments where you can pour the wine from, which was very interesting and very quirky. They had this original oak barrel as well, the tiny one. They had these tote bags and a lot of other options. Unbreakable champagne glasses with Sula branding on it. We were really in two minds to buy these amazing beautiful jars, but they were glass, so we didn't buy. These are oak barrels. We would have purchased it, but it was a little expensive, around 6,000, and everything was very pretty and cute. We came back to buy our tickets. You have 4 options, and we selected the option where everything was included, which costed 600 rupees per person. Then we went to the bottle shop after getting our tickets. where we saw these amazing wine options and packages that were available for white, red, and this thing. You can buy these award winning wines. Sula exposed to somewhere around 13 to 15 countries, and Tilak on the sun on the brand logo depicts Indian culture, which I found really fascinating. And Sula, name of the brand, comes from the owner's mother's name, which is Sulabha. These are the award winning wines where they display it on the TV. This also helps you in making a decision on your purchases apart from the tasting tour, which will happen shortly. So you have both the ways where you can make a decision. They also have people on the counter who also help you in making decisions in which wines to buy for yourself depending upon your taste. Now on to the third part after the gift shop and the bottle shop, that is the tour. Finally, they started the tour by showing us a video about Sula Vineyard, about its name, about how they are using sustainability in their business, like no plastic, rainwater harvesting, etc. etc. They took us to show the machineries. This is a grape plucker where it separates from its stem. This machine squeezes the grapes into juice, where the juice and pulp move on together. After a part where there were a lot of steel barrels where no video recording was allowed, we were taken to the barrel room where the wine, after being filtered, was stored depending upon 6 to 18 months maximum. The older the better concept is only applicable in whiskies and not wine, is what our guide told us. There were a lot of people, so if you have the money, I would recommend a private tour, but other than that, this was okay. Our last part of the tour was the tasting room, the most exciting part, where we learned a lot of things about wine, about which wines we were drinking. We tried somewhere around 6 wines, including sparkling, red, white, and most of them were award winning wines. You see the number of people who were here. There was a helper who helped and distributed the glasses and was pouring wine for everybody. The tour guide then went on and told us that how sparkling wine need not be swirled. So there are 4 steps in drinking wine. First is checking the bubbles. The finer the bubbles, better is the wine. Second is swirling, which is done in not sparkling wine. And third is sniffing it. Fourth is putting it in your drinking it and then keeping it in your mouth, swirling in your mouth, absorbing the taste, and then drinking it. So these are the 4 steps. But of course, we don't do all of them while we are outside drinking. But whenever possible, this is the ideal way to drink wine. The entire tour, right from the movie till wine tasting, was around 45 minutes. The wine tasting was around 15 minutes. It is advisable for you to get a table near the door, near the entrance of this room, so that you can listen to the person who's explaining properly. Of course, we could also hear him, but it was a little distorted because of a lot of commotion in the room. They had kept these barrels in the tasting room for aesthetics, and they were also available for sale, by the way, if you want one for your house decor. So these were the wines that we tasted here, and of course all of them were brilliant. Rasa is one of the flagship expensive side wine that they have come up with. They also have their own property called the Source in Sula itself, where you can stay. It's a luxury property ranging from 15,000 per night, and you can check out its details on Sula's website if you want to stay here. We were really tipsy after the wine. It was almost 2 p.m. and we were hungry, and alcohol on empty stomach, it's not good. Some of the wines that we had were 14% in alcohol and some of them were 8%, but Of course, we had to hurry towards a restaurant which is right beside the next building called Rasa Restaurant, where you get Italian and Indian food. It is uh, fairly priced, I would say. We ended up ordering a glass of wine, which goes best with pizza. This pasta was not good at all. The pizza was nice, delicious, and I custom made mine with a supreme pizza with lots and all the vegetables. They had another photo op here in the corner. We also saw the grapes used for Chenin Blanc. It's this vineyard here.
Hold up the sun.
After spending some 2 to 3 hours, which are more than enough to spend in Sula, we moved on to our next vineyard, which is York Winery, and it was only 7 minutes away from Sula, which made it a great stop for us. We entered York Vineyard, and at the entrance itself, the guards handed us over the tickets, which is 500 rupees person. It can be redeemed against 300 rupees wine tour, which I took, and we had 700 rupees left, which we used for purchasing a bottle. So these are the wines that we tried today, that I tried. A few award-winning wines and their renowned wines. The bottle shop here has a lot of merchandise with York Winery on it, which you can purchase, and it sounds good. Here are the few tours that are available for you to pick, but we had only one tour available that day, which is wine tasting, and it was similar to the one that we had in Sula, but just with different wine. If you want such more information, remember to subscribe that button right now.